I froze when the woman behind the counter looked straight at me and said, "Ma'am, customers can't sit there." Customers. I was holding my company's executive badge in my hand. My name is Imani Brooks, and for the last 7 years, I've worked my way up the ladder at one of Chicago's biggest architecture firms. Long nights, missed birthdays, coffee dinners. But today mattered. Today was the first day I wasn't just presenting designs. I was presenting as Senior Project Director. The promotion email still sat unopened in my inbox. I wanted to feel it in real life first. So I stopped at a quiet downtown cafe across from our corporate building, the kind with marble tables and people in pressed suits murmuring over laptops. I wore my best navy blazer. Heels. Hair pulled into a sleek low bun. I wanted to look like I belonged before I walked into that boardroom. I ordered a black coffee and took a seat near the window, spreading out my presentation notes. The morning sun hit the glass towers outside. I breathed slowly. "You earned this, Imani." But then I noticed it. The barista kept glancing at me. Not casual glances. The kind that lingered, then darted away when I looked up. A man in a gray suit walked in behind me and sat 2 tables over. Within seconds, she smiled at him. "Good morning, sir." Her voice was warm, light. She even brought his pastry to his table. I watched that. Something heavy settled in my chest. I looked back at my notes. Focus. But a few minutes later, another employee approached my table. Blonde ponytail. Tight smile. "Hi," she said, tilting her head. "Are you waiting for someone?" Her tone had that careful politeness people use when they think they're being gentle, but aren't. I blinked. "No, I'm working." Her smile stiffened. "Oh, it's just, these tables are for customers." I slowly lifted my coffee cup. Steam still curled from it. "I am a customer." Her eyes flicked to my bag. My laptop. My notes. Back to me. "Well, we've had issues before with people using the space without ordering." People. That word again. My throat tightened. "I ordered," I said quietly. She gave a thin nod. But she didn't leave. She just stood there, like she was waiting for me to get up anyway. Around us, conversations continued. Spoons clinked. No one intervened. And suddenly, I felt 12 years old again, standing in a store while security trailed my every step. I reached into my purse slowly. My fingers brushed the lanyard. The badge. I pulled it out and placed it on the table. The company logo gleamed in silver. Brooks, Imani, Senior Project Director. Her eyes dropped to it, then widened. I held her gaze. "I'm presenting across the street in 30 minutes, I said. And I needed a quiet place to prepare. Her face flushed. "Oh, I didn't realize." "No," I said softly. "You didn't." The words weren't loud, but they landed heavy. People nearby had started to look. The man in the gray suit turned his head. Silence spread like spilled ink. The employee's mouth opened, then closed. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. But something in me cracked then. Years of small moments, of being mistaken, questioned, doubted. I stood. My chair scraped against the tile. "I come into places like this dressed for success," I said, voice trembling but steady, "and still have to prove I belong before I can sit down." Her eyes glistened. But I wasn't finished. "You didn't ask him if he was a customer," I added, nodding toward the suited man. "You didn't ask anyone else." The cafe had gone completely still. The weight of truth hung in the air. That's when I heard footsteps behind me. Measured. Firm. "Is there a problem here?" A deep voice. Authoritative. We turned. And my breath caught. Standing there, coat over his arm, coffee in hand, was Mr. Daniel Whitaker, CEO of the very firm I worked for. He recognized me instantly. "Imani," he said, surprised. "You're here early." The room shifted. Energy changed. I swallowed. "Yes, sir." His eyes moved to the employee, then to my badge on the table, then to my face. "What happened?" he asked quietly. The employee stammered. I thought I didn't know she was." He lifted a hand gently. "You didn't know she was what?" The question wasn't loud, but it carried. Her face drained. I thought she wasn't a customer." He looked around the cafe slowly, at the occupied tables, at the untouched pastries, at the suited patrons, then back at her. "She's leading our largest urban redevelopment project," he said calmly. "She's the reason half the buildings you see outside that window exist." My heart pounded. The room felt electric. "And she shouldn't have to present credentials to sit in a public cafe," he added. Silence. Then he turned to me. "Imani," he said gently, "we're proud of you." My vision blurred. 7 years. Every late night. Every doubt. Seen. Finally seen. I presented that morning with steady hands. But something inside me had shifted before I even stepped into the boardroom. Because the truth is, it shouldn't take a CEO walking in for respect to happen. It shouldn't take titles, badges, proof. No one should have to earn the right to be treated like they belong. Later that evening, I passed the same cafe again. The employee stepped outside when she saw me. "I'm really sorry," she said softly. I didn't realize how it looked." I studied her face. Fear, regret, shame. "I believe you," I said. "And I hope you remember this feeling the next time someone walks in who doesn't look like your assumption." Her eyes filled. She nodded. And I walked away lighter. Because dignity isn't about who recognizes you. It's about knowing your worth before anyone else does.
If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel as your support truly helps us grow. We'd also love to hear from you, so leave a comment below and share your thoughts. We read every single comment. We are on a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers, and every bit of support brings us one step closer. Thank you for being part of Black Diaries and supporting the journey.